gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's Monday in Trinidad and Tobago. First day for the week. Well, first working day for the week. But we have something interesting for you tonight, viewers. So I want you to stay locked on for this first 15 minutes. And let me tell you something. There's a reason that people said that crime cannot finish in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a reason for it. But nevertheless, viewers, stay locked on. Call your friends, call your family. Let me tell you something. I have something to tell all you. You all will be amazed. Amazed. But let me just keep all you up to date. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar visited the United States Southern Command earlier today, where she met with senior U.S. Secretary officials. U.S. Southcom is one of the 11 Unified Combat Command in the United States Department of Defense and is responsible for contingency planning, operation, and security cooperation across Central and South America, the Caribbean, and surrounding territorial waters, excluding U.S. territory. The command also oversees the defense of the Panama Canal and ensure the protection of U.S. military resources in the region. So at least we understand that Trinidad and Tobago. Another update, the Minister for Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, says the current state of emergency has been successful thus far. Speaking at a Pagua celebration in El Dorado on Sunday, the minister said police have been making significant inroad since the measures took effect. Listen to this.
From the date it started and today, we have seized about 9 or 10 firearms, if I'm not mistaken. We also have detained a number of persons. And you know, sometimes I hear people talk and I hear they mention to us time after time, you know, what happens after, why nobody's charged. If you're having something called a preventative detention order, is it not to prevent something from happening?
Minister Alexander also criticized the operation for rejecting the regulation guiding the state of emergency. One more time.
They are complaining about the regulations, but they didn't realize that all we did, we dust it off. The ones that they had in 2024, dust it off, improve on it, and bring it back. And now they are rejecting it.
So ladies and gentlemen, that was your update thus far. But I want to talk about something. Let me tell you something. Everybody in Trinidad and Tobago knows, and around the world, all English-speaking country knows that we have a finance company, Real Talk Financing. We have Real Talk Credit Union. Everybody knows I'm a licensed money lender. People just come. Let me tell you something. Lawyers just come for short-term loan. Police just come for short-term loan. Coast Guard officials just come. Army officials just come. Business people just come. And the common citizens just come by Real Talk Financing for loan. Everybody know we just lend money. Everybody know you have to have collateral in order to get a loan. Good? So people know that when they had to borrow money and they decide to run and hide and play games with Saieed, especially borrowing money, the only thing that's end well for me is when the bailiff work together with the police to get your vehicle. And many of the people who may end up in little difficulties, Saieed, we can't pay this month, boy, we short up wherever, ting. We just know how to deal with them. Good? Nice. So, public gentlemen. So this gentleman, Sterling D. Russell. So friends of Sterling, family of Sterling, the wife, the friend, maybe the uncle, the neighbor, the auntie, or Trinidad and Tobago who knows Sterling D. Russell, that's all a friend, that's all an acquaintance, that's all a friend family, whatever case, it have nothing to do with me. Now come back to me, director. So Trinidad and Tobago. There's a reason people that say crime can't done in the country. Pop the letter. So Trinidad and Tobago, right? You see the heading? Subhash Pandey, attorney at law. Nice. What you did? 9th of March 2025. Bring back, come back to me. So Trinidad and Tobago. Sterling. Today my office in Central got a letter from attorney at law Subhash Pandey from his office in San Fernando. So Sterling, I'm going to tell you, see, tonight I'm ready to go to court. And I want Sterling to understand that, because Sterling will be watching the program tonight after he dropped the letter. So Sterling dropped a letter. And according to Sterling, or according to the letter from Subhash, I must cease and desist. According to Sterling, well, not Sterling, but according to this letter from Subhash Pandey, let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. I am very educated. I ain't no done said. I speak it in 6 different languages. And I just do accounts. But you see, when you hear nonsense taking place, especially where side name is involved, let me tell you something. The other side of me is raised. You know what the other side I'm talking about? The spiritual side of me is raised. You want to know why? Let me tell you something. Sterling took a loan from us. Sterling took a loan from us. Right? Listen carefully, you know. If Sterling feel this letter gonna cause me to zip my brother man think again. So before I go further, I want to say tonight, I got your letter. Just, you feel I'm gonna cease and desist? So Sterling, between you and the lawyer, which one will bring in my money for me? That's what I want to find out. So between you, Sterling, and the lawyer went, and the lawyer went by to make this document, to drop it for me. Which one are they giving me my money? Which one are they coming to pay me back my money? That is what I want to find out. That is what I want to find out. Between you who owe me and the lawyer who sent me the letter, which one are they coming to give me my money back? Good, so let me flip the script now. The last time Sterling visited my office to pay his loan was the 31st of October 2025. That was his last payment. The next time Sterling visited the office was the 26th of February 2026. Almost 4 months after. So he wants an excuse he gave the loan client and them. But I have nothing to do with them. You understand? It has to do with me and the money you borrow. It's sad. So after I highlighted Sterling, because my office tried to get in touch with him for months. For months. The bailiff tried to get in touch with him. When Sterling realized the bailiff looking for him, you're still ducking. Brother man, let me tell you something. I am not one of those others who people could just walk over. I want you to understand that. You borrow money from me, instead of you pay me my money in full, or you bring in your vehicle, you choose to go by a lawyer to bring a cease and desist letter to Saieed, who you borrow money from, and I want to pay me back. Let me tell you something. You see tonight, brother man, after tonight, I expect you to carry me to court. Trust me, and I will tell you something. I'm a licensed money lender. The document you sign is a legitimate document. An agreement. And let me tell you how it will go before you make yourself a clown and spend extra money, because number one, you're paying my lawyer for wasting your time. You're paying me, you're paying my fee, which the lawyer will charge me. And you will pay me for wasting my time going to court. And on top of that, breaching an agreement from a licensed money lender. This becomes legit in the court of law. I want you to understand that, because apparently you ain't understand what you do. You ain't understand the problem you brought on yourself, brother man. You ain't understand that. You bring a cease and desist letter from me, from Subhash Pandey. You owe me my money. Duck in my office. You're hiding your van. You're hiding yourself and refuse to bring my money, but go and buy a lawyer to get cease and desist letter to make sure me call your name on TV. Let me tell you something. You have no idea what you bring on yourself. You have no idea. Because this letter ain't going to stop me from highlighting you. You want to know why? You're owing me and you're running and hiding. I am not one of those. You could walk over and play, go send a letter and you go shut up. No, brother man. I do operate so. I run in a licensed financial institution here. It's not a fly-by-night business. You understand what I'm telling you? So now Trinidad and Tobago, with our documents, which the lawyer, watchman a man, the lawyer send back a copy of my own document. After 60 days you fail to pay, your file move from the loan officer to collection department. The last time Sterling was by me was the 31st of October 2025. And his next visit to the office was the 26th of February. So check. From the 31st of October to the 26th of February, how many months dies? How much months? November, December, January, February have 28 days. So let me say 4 months after. 4 months after Sterling visited my office. Sometimes people doesn't know the job they took, you know, until they get sting. So instead of Sterling, come and pay me out my money. So what happened on the 26th? I don't know if he'll tell the lawyer that or not, you know. But I saying it tonight. Because me, you win. On the 26th, Sterling come. The 31st of October. You had November and December. Like 60 days. January, your file went for collection and it went to the bailiff in January. It went to the bailiff in January. You paid a visit to my office. 26th of February. Let me tell you something. If you feel this side is a dunce here, think again, you know, brother. The hide you hiding, you might have to continue to hide, you know. Take what I'm telling you. You visited my office 26th of February. You brought some payments. The loan officer told you. They told you that the file go into collection to the bailiff. When you call my phone, I told you, brother man, here what's going on. I can't do nothing again. The bailiff have your file, right? We would have hired a bailiff. So there's a bailiff fee now from me, from side to the bailiff. You walk with money. When you call me and say, here what's going on. Your file going to the bailiff, I can't do nothing for you. Right? Wait for the bailiff to contact you. The bailiff trying to get on to you. You want to play, you're running and you're hiding and you're ducking. A man called me this morning to tell me where the van is. Called me this morning. He says, the van's answer. I said, all right, hold on, no problem. Today now, I receive a cease and desist letter for mentioning your name on television. So between you and the lawyer, who coming to pay me the money now? My money. You see, Sterling, you working hard for your money which you purchase your van. I working hard for my money for people like you to come and borrow. If all I feel tonight, Saeed, Fred, no, think again. I am not a criminal. I have no skeleton in the closet. Everything I do is legit. Because I have a name to protect. Not only Trinidad and Tobago, but worldwide. So if Sterling feels Saeed going on, no sir. The only time I will stop is when I get my money. When I get my money. So if you feel this letter doing something, think again. The lawyer didn't borrow no money from me. He didn't borrow no money from me. So Sterling, since last week the word on the ground is that Saeed paying 10,000 to find Sterling, public picture, to find Sterling and public van too. And the van. So brother man, here what I had to tell you. If you did only listen, and take my advice, you wouldn't be here today. Trinidad and Tobago wouldn't know you owe me money and you're running and you're ducking. They wouldn't know that. And have other people that can't make loan and say, Side, we can't make boy. We drop in the vehicle for you. They don't have a problem because they understand the procedure. Your last visit to my office was October, the last day in October. And the next time you visit the office was 2 days before February done. The office trying to contact you, you know where to be found. 1 minute you're in Trinidad, 1 minute you're out of Trinidad, 1 minute your mother living, 1 minute your mother there. So nobody knows. So when I put up your petition for Trinidad and Tobago to give me information, you go and buy a lawyer to get a letter for Saeed to cease and desist? And ducking to pay me? That's how you want to play the game? Brother man, I can play the game too, you know. I know how to play hopscotch, you know. And one thing I tell people, one thing Saeed don't do is look over his shoulder. Because me no bandit. And bandits did this thing twice before robbing Saeed. So number one, the only time I stop in this is when you decide to call me and bring my money in the office, and then I will let Trinidad and Tobago know that you pay me my money. Number two, word already on the ground, and they're looking for you. So if you want to run and hide and duck, the van presently is the property of Real Talk. You understand? So this letter, Sterling, before you bring this letter, you should have called me and find out how to resolve the problem. That is what you're supposed to do. So to the public now, if Sterling decides to carry me to court, first thing the magistrate going to ask, Saeed, your license? Your Honor, here's my license. Sterling, you borrow money from the man? Yes. Did you sign an agreement? Yes. Did you pay back the man? No. Sterling, why didn't pay back the man? Why didn't pay back the man the money? Sterling, didn't Saeed tell you that the bailiff would contact you? Yes, Your Honor. So why you didn't listen and fix the problem? Do you have money to pay Saeed, lawyer? Trust me. Oh, by the way, I want to shout out Nazima. She's a high court lawyer. And I also want to shout out Bimal from Shoguna's right here. He's also a lawyer too. I have a list of them I could call you now. So Trinidad and Tobago, by this happening now, tell me if crime will finish in this country. Well, you got to you borrow money from me and go to my lawyer to send me a letter to what? To do what? To do what, Sterling? What really? What point you're going to prove? To trip Saieed, that's what you want to do? Well, brother man, let me tell you something. You see, Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. You see that situation like this? You see another money lender? I take off my glasses. Another money lender, Navin. You know and I know, but I hire somebody to go down my Sterling house. This is the reality we live in today. This is the reality. So there are... Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead.
You know, some people could be so ungrateful. You have a service helping people, and this is what this man doing, trying to
This guy from the public.
Trying to help people, and this is what he's doing. You see that sellers like them so, people like them so, they don't meet it nice. They don't meet it nice.
Thank you, my friend. So now Trinidad and Tobago, Sterling going to get his Caesar letter now, telling me everything. The lawyer, watch my hand. If it's the lawyer or the secretary or who, they take their time and about they make a lot of mistake too. Which I could verify. I could verify it. So Sterling, if you listen to Saieed, everybody who watches my program will tell you from the time you owe Saieed and your time pass, he will put your picture up on TV. Because why? You're ducking the organization. You're ducking. You want to answer phone. You want to play hide and seek. I really know where you want to play Trinidad, you know. But you see my rights, nobody don't walk over it. Absolutely nobody. Imagine you wrong and want to be strong. So still let me ask you a question now. On national tel. When people see you, how they going to look at you? How are they going to look at you? You read the agreement. You read from page 1 to page 5. You understand everything in our agreement. And you sign off on it. Now you bring a cease and desist letter while owing me? Will you take me for some kind of clown? I'm ready to go to court. I'm glad to make extra money. My lawyer glad to make extra money. So if you want Sterling, this cease and desist letter, it will be in my South office. You can come and collect it. You can come and collect it. Because I will tell you straight on the air, on my live program, the only time I will stop is when you bring my money for me. The lawyer owing me no money, you know. He owing me no money. Me, I had to seize the van. The bailiff and the police are looking for his vehicle. It's yours. You is the one ducking and hiding from your responsibility. And trust me, Sterling, I know about the law. I've been around enough judges, magistrates, lawyers, prosecutors. That is why I could come here today and stand up for my right and show Trinidad and Tobago your letter. So if you think you're ready to go to court, not a problem. I'm ready, my lawyer ready. So Trinidad and Tobago, let me continue my show tonight. That's enough for here. Sometimes people feel they could just walk you over just so by going to a lawyer or going to the court. But the thing is, coming to me, I'm very, very different. Very, very different. That is why on my program I just teach plenty people how to do the correct thing to get result. The correct thing. Now you come at me with a letter, right? So, in Trinidad and Tobago, this is just an example of viewers, how crime this happened. Navin and I know when you own money lenders, you just pay them. But side is do things different. When you owe me and you want to run and hide, no problem, you go ahead. Your picture will end up on TV. So now that I realize you decide to go down the lawyer and courthouse side now, which means you raise the spiritual gift on me. I stand up right here and I laughing. Right here and I laughing. You see, when they made an attempt to kidnap my son, he was 13 and a half going in 14. And he's 18 presently. So it's about 4.5 years. Share them blind. Because the police didn't know where to go. And I revert back to my spirits. That is not a threat, that happened in reality. So since Sterling decided to go down the legal, you go and buy a lawyer, you get your letter, you want to drop it for Saieed to stop mentioning your name, but it still affects the fact that you're owing me money. And you refuse to bring your vehicle, you have it hiding. Because people looking. I have a lot of police friends from high up come right down. You think they pass Twin City? So if I decide now, Sterling, just how you going for this letter and pay your money by Subhash and drop it for me. Suppose inside decide now, you see me? Since Sterling take it to the next level, I take it to the next level. I go and buy a black ram goat. A black rooster, a spirit, what I just do? So what about Sterling? I take it to my spiritual level now. What's going to happen with you? You see, sometimes people does not understand the consequences before their action. People just get up from each other without thinking and rush to do something. Supposing I decide now to lean on my spiritual side now. I buy my black ram goat, I get my candles, I draw my diagram, I say my prayers, I kill the ram goat. Still, what's going to happen? What going to happen? Tell me, you tell me for yourself. And not just say them no side, no side is a man that do spirit work, you know. And you want to try and rob me my own money I work hard for, just like you work to buy a van? It's sad. It's sad, Sterling. All you had to do, Saieed, how much everything coming up to? And I go come and pay you. Nice and simple. I just want everybody know Saieed is do a lot of charity. I just give. I just work hard and I just give. But what tripped me is when you owe me my money. And once you duck in the office, you duck in the bailiff, you duck in police, everybody you want to duck. How long you going to duck for? And that's what people fail to understand. You don't rob Saieed. Trinidad and Tobago knows that. Everybody knows Saieed is who spirit walk. Let me tell you something. See, this way past stupidity, you know. This way past stupidity. You take this to a different level, Sterling. When is full moon? You see, I could laugh here on my program because I know the ability and the gift I born with. And that's something Sterling didn't understand. So, brother man, for me to stop calling your name on television and increasing the price from 10 to 20, bring my money where you owe me. And I'll drop the vehicle that was supposed to be repossessed. It's very simple to fix the problem. Very, very simple. Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue with our newscast.
We'll be right back.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
Welcome back.
So, Trinidad and Tobago, welcome back to Real Talk. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is reassuring TNT that a recently formed military alliance between Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and the Donald Trump administration will ultimately benefit all of CARICOM. Speaking at an event in her honor at Joy's Roti Delight in Lord Hill on Sunday, she defended her partnership with the controversial U.S. president, labeling him as a brave man. She acknowledged that President Trump received his share of criticism, but noted that she, too, is no stranger to scrutiny.
He's a very courageous man because he's doing what needs to be done, not only for the USA, but for the world. Because there are many people are saying not good things about him, and there are many people saying very good things about him, and there are many people saying very good things about me, and there's some people who are not saying some good things about me. But again, safety, security, that's the priority one. Once you're safe and you're secure.
So viewers, speaking at the event, the PM sought to defend the different stands her government has taken in America's counter-cartel coalition, a US-led regional military and security alliance. Prasad Bisesa also lamented that the Caribbean region is now plagued by evil people.
The criminals are now the ones in the power. We are elected freely with fair elections, but the criminals run with their corrupt ways and influence officials wherever they may be, either because of fear. Some are motivated by money. I told somebody last night, how much you will eat, boy? How much you will wear? How much clothes you will wear?
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Prasad Bisesa says she wants to make special need education universal in TNT. She noted that education is the passport out of poverty.
Education, I always say, is a passport out of poverty. But we have more to do. We have challenged children, special children. We started work for them as well because they have to get school spaces with the kind of care that they need. And so we're working towards that. We haven't got it universal yet, but we do have universal secondary school education. We have universal preschool education, and we will have universal, I'm working for it, universal special children, special needs children.
Switching gears, viewers, Member for Parliament for Mayaru and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Nicholas Morris, is congratulating the Prime Minister for keeping her campaign promise in ensuring Trinidad and Tobago return as a leadership country on the international stage. His comments following the Prime Minister's international appearance during the Shield of America Summit over the weekend. Speaking on Sunday in Florida, Morris said the Prime Minister continued to fight for her country. Listen to this.
Yesterday, Prime Minister worked very diligently to speak with the US President. She met with a number of leaders from the US government, and as well as a number of heads of government from our Latin American and Caribbean countries, our brothers and sisters.
Morris also gave a brief outline of the PM's agenda during the summit.
We've seen two meetings with the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, one in St. Kitts last week and one in Washington last year. And yesterday, the Prime Minister was one of only two CARICOM leaders invited to the Shield of the Americas Summit. So the Prime Minister has returned Trinidad and Tobago as an international leader on the global stage. And what is important for that, for the people of Mayaro and the people of Trinidad and Tobago, is that the Prime Minister is using these opportunities on the international stage to fight for jobs, to fight for investment, and to fight for opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago.
So viewers, former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith says, when politics can delude one vision, TNT's invitation to the Shield of America Summit and in participation in the Counter-Cartel Coalition over the weekend should be seen as a positive sign for the countries in enhanced security capabilities. Speaking in a social media post on Monday, Griffith says transnational crime can easily exploit the country's geographical location. Gary Griffith.
There must be dialogue, sharing of intelligence, joint operations, asset acquisition support, while simultaneously not affecting our sovereignty. Anyone to question or challenge the immense value of this recent agreement is simply putting politics before country.
Griffith explained that TNT must not resound to silence if the country is to achieve a maximum number of benefits from this U.S. partnership.
We spent $500 million for a National Operations Center, and for 11 years it has remained dormant. This is exactly what is needed right now in this situation here, in this agreement, as it will assist in, firstly, being able for us to compile intelligence and security data from all arms of the state in real time, have it then filtered into a National Operations Center, Fusion Center, and then siphoned out back to the United States or other regional bodies for their information, assistance, or input.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, the former top cop said The coalition should not be solely based on interception or confrontation of illegal drugs or human trafficking, but should also place focus on legitimate financial system which he says organized criminal network depends heavily upon. Listen to this.
To strengthen these financial intelligence capabilities through this agreement being made now, it would assist in also improving regulatory oversight and cooperating with international financial monitoring bodies that will help disrupt the financial backbone of these networks while protecting the credibility and stability of Trinidad and Tobago's financial sector.
So you see, Trinidad and Tobago, that's why I say everything here and we'll talk it license, you know. That's why I can stand up here and boldly say something, you know. Boldly say it because I know we registered, we licensed, we pay and we tax. So when you make a statement, I could back up my statement with my document. Hey, I love what it's doing, you know. I love what that is doing, you know. I love it, you know. Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Social and Welfare Association has not accepted a 5% salary offer for the 2020 to 2022 bargaining period. This comes as negotiation with Chief Personnel Officer Dr. Daryl Dindial reconvened with the executives of the association at the office of the Personnel Department on Monday. During the meeting, reference was made to the last engagement between the parties on December 9, 2025, when the association was advised to submit a formal response to the 5% salary proposal date April 11, 2025. While the association did not accept the offer during the meeting, it indicated that a written response will be submitted to the Chief Personnel Officer. Several other matters were also raised, including job evaluation exercise, the group's health plan, pension reform, and issues concerning municipal police officers. The association said it has taken note of the matters discussed and will continue engagement with the Chief Personnel Officer on issues affecting its members. So Trinidad and Tobago, well, we hope soon they could be able to resolve that problem. But nevertheless, you know, everybody wants pay now, protests, everybody demanding. We just have to wait and see. Viewers, is that time now where we go for a commercial break? All right, no problem. Director say run the rhythm. So Trinidad and Tobago, it is reported that 11 TSTT executives attended a 3 days Tobago retreat with a bill estimated at over $400,000. The retreat held from January 16th to the 18th, 2026 came after the companies reported over $82 million loss in its 2025 financial report. According to documents which revealed a breakdown of the retreat, overall cost, TSTT was billed for branded token, Trinidad and Tobago, at $38,704. Event production at $203,265. Hotel accommodation, $72,167. A supervision and coordination at $73,492. The total cost amounting to $387,628, and with VAT added, the overall cost retreat was over $400,000. An invoice from Tobago-based State Solution Limited sent an advertising company listed 32 items and a service for the retreat totaling $203,265, VAT inclusive. TSCT was invoiced over $65,000 on January 14th for accommodation, a meeting room, food and beverage, and a late checkout fee for the executive. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Following this, TSCT said the invoice were overpriced, but Union Secretary General Joanne Ogier is rejecting the claims. She questioned how the lavish retreat was possible when workers are being told to tighten their belt. Listen to this.
The company made it clear to the union that the invoices, as stated, they were overpriced, or they were, I think the term they used, it was inflated, and they wanted to be clear that that is not correct information. Of course, the union rebutted one time, and we told them that we accused them of being liars.
So viewers, the Telecommunication Service of Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT, has reject claims made in media report regarding spending on an executive retreat held in Tobago earlier this year. In a statement issued Monday, TSTT said the media article contains significant inaccuracies about the retreat. The company said allegations that it spent Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this. The company said allegation that it spent over $400,000 on the event are grossly inaccurate, misleading, adding that figures cited in the report were overstated by approximately 60% following an internal review. TSTT also noted that no payment had been made for the retreat. At the time, the reported made inquiries and said it had requested copies of the alleged invoice to have verified the authenticity. But that request was denied. The company further explained that the retreat was not a Caller, good night.
How are we going?
Go right ahead, my friend.
I'm so happy that you seized this thing with the TSTT with this amount of money. Hear me, eh? Even if they didn't spend that money. Now, remember when Shamfa Kujo spent the 59,000 or how much when she didn't switch off the phone and how we bitch here? We lick up that woman. So these people must not be allowed to escape only because there is TSTT whomsoever. Them must not be able. Mr. Saieed, what them went to Tobago to do? What that they could not do in Trinidad, let me say in the Hyatt or in some facility here. And you know in the next thing, Mr. Saieed, what is the purpose of a goodie bag? When for Carnival, one of them band was giving out a goodie bag. And the Archbishop had was to intervene in that goodie bag. You remember that goodie bag, Mr. Saieed? You remember that goodie bag? I want to know if it's a similar goodie bag. You understand what I'm saying? No, it can't be. The nation is too. The nation cannot put up with these kind of excesses. What do they want belly dancers to welcome? Well, come in the damn retreat. You want to go in the retreat? Go in the retreat and sit down. All they want belly dancer. All they want this. All they want that. Why would they just then walk to the thing? Mr. Shai, don't spare these people on the set. I'm getting fed up on them, man. Good night, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, the company further explained that the retreat was not a recreational event, but include strategy planning session, leadership discussion, meetings with the Tobago House of Assembly representatives, and public engagement activities aimed at strengthening internal and collaboration and supporting the company's business development initiative. So viewers, when the story breaks, we'll bring you more of that. Moving along. President of the All Tobago Fisher Folk Association, Curtis Douglas, is breathing a sign of relief following the recovery of a boat, an engine, which was stolen on Saturday night at Corland Bay. The vessel was found abandoned in a lagoon near No Man's Land 24 hours later, with its 60,000 Yamaha 75 horsepower engine still intact. According to report, this is the second theft the owner of the vessel has suffered after bandits took his engine last year. However, prior to the retrieval of the vessel, Douglas called for a state of emergency in Tobago, claiming that a cartel of thieves is operating on the island and especially targeting fisher folks. Douglas is now urging authorities to take zero-tolerance approach to criminal activities affecting the fishing community. So let me hope the Tobago police officers could set up some form of strategy, some sort of planning, or even with the private security firm maybe to look at the fisher folks cry in Tobago. Kola, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Yes, sir. There's two things I just want to bring to talk about here.
Tell me.
The first thing, right, is that I'm trying to figure out how it is these people could go on a retreat and spend that kind of money. When it is they done coming and saying they have a loss of $82 million.
Correct.
I'm asking a question here, because it's not making sense and these people have to be fired and that money, listen, them have to pay that money out of them pocket, them can't expect taxpayers to put that bill for them to go and enjoy that, Because it have people out there, look, the same communication union saying that them had to settle negotiations with them. That same money they can take and put it towards the union.
Yes,
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Because they squander any money, and this is what's going on. Look what's going on in national quarry. It's the same thing. You can't be processing something that's kind of cheaper than it costing to make. That making any sense? But again, that is logic of the TNM now. But I hope this government fix everything that's coming down the line now.
Correct.
And before I go side, I want to ask a question here tonight, right?
Tell me.
Is it legal for a licensing officer to physically assault a motorist or take their vehicle keys from them?
Nah.
I asked a question here because some of video circulating here where it had a scuffle on the Southern Main Road in Curepe with a motorist and license officers. And the guy claiming that they grab him and then they take away his maxi keys, which I find is very disrespectful, and you cannot be doing that. And if it's against the law, they cannot press no charges on the man, because the man defending himself there. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
No licensed officer, neither a police officer can take your keys from you against your will. None.
But this is what's going on. This is what the whole thing is about. So they need to know their place. And if they can't behave themselves, Clive Clark can leave them in the office to do some dead truth. Anyhow, side, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. Inter-Caribbean Airways has begun schedule 4 times weekly service flights connecting Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. Speaking at the cutting ribbon ceremony on Sunday at Piarco International Airport, Trade, Investment and Tourism Minister Satyakama Maharaj said, airlift is development infrastructure. He said, the route represents more than just an additional flight. Options which signal new confidence in Caribbean integration and economical potential. Listen to this.
Where there's reliable connectivity, tourism expands. Where there's reliable connectivity, trade becomes easier. Where there's reliable connectivity, business relationships deepen. Investment discussions move faster, and regional commerce becomes more practical. For our business community, this service means faster, more predictable movement across a regional corridor. Increased inter-Caribbean airlift is especially important for Trinidad and Tobago.
So viewers, the minister added that this service also brings into effect regional connectivity as Inter-Caribbean connect more than 20 destinations across the Caribbean.
It's opportunities for shorter stay, higher frequency regional travel. It supports hotels, transportation providers, restaurants, tour operators, event promoters, artisans, and small and medium-sized enterprises across the tourism value trade, and also for the trade and investment.
Also, Trinidad and Tobago, the ERJ 145 operating as JY 752 landed at Piaco International Airport on Sunday night. That's the airline, Trinidad and Tobago, the plane. The Inter-Caribbean chairman, Dr. Lyndon Gardner, said the inaugural flight would operate with an all-female crew. So Trinidad and Tobago, from our country to Barbados, we want to welcome international growth, I should say. That's something new. On an international news, viewers, Iran has announced its new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, who is the son of the previous supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, who was killed by the airstrike at the start of the US-Israel war within Iran. US President Donald Trump previously said that the son of Khamenei would be unacceptable as Iran leaders. Some experts view this as an act of defense by the regime. Now, last week Trump said, unconditional surrender is what I will take to the end of this war, or to end this war. When asked what this looks like, this is what the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had to say.
It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that.
The date it started, and today we have received we have seized.
Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago, thousands in the capital in Turin pledged their alliance to the new leader during huge rallies. So viewers, there's a new leader in Iran. What we could say, hope the war ends. That is all we can say, because thousands of people are dying. Cuba right now, let me tell you something about Cuba. Because of the sanction that the US has on Cuba, you know they are suffering right now. They're in the dark, no electricity, no food. Let me tell you something, it's real sad, you know. It's really, really sad in Cuba right now, you know. You see how a sanction could be? Real dangerous, you know. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we're out of time for tonight. And we run over this program from 11:30 to 12:30 tomorrow. We'll be back here another night for another show, Real Talk with Saieed. Until then, be safe.